Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, yesterday Season 1 Reloaded was released for Modern Warfare 3, for Zombies, and for Warzone. And as far as Zombies goes, it wasn't a huge update, but the one thing that they did add in was a new Warlord, which gives you a blueprint upon completing it. And similarly, this worked like the previous one. However, the previous one there was a mission called Storm the Castle, and it was pretty difficult to do. It was one of the more difficult missions throughout the acts. I believe it was a part of Act 3, especially if you were playing solo. So what I wanted to do was give you guys a guide on how to beat Dokkaebi, the new Warlord, very, very easily. And let's just say I found a way to do it very easily. That's her. Wait, I just killed her? What? Not only that, I wanted to show you guys an easy way to do this if you didn't have things like the golden plates, which do make this way, way easier, or the dog bone, which gives you unlimited revives. I used none of those. I used the base items in the game and tried to find a way to do this so that you guys, whether you have all of the items or don't, can do this very, very easily. And that is essentially what I'm going to be showing you throughout this video, the easiest method to beat the new Warlord Dokkaebi. But before we do, let me first tell you about today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And unlike other fantasy sports platforms, you're not playing against other people. It's simply you against the numbers. You simply find a sport that you want to play with, and then you pick 2 to 6 different players, and it's you against their stats. You choose essentially more or less, and I've had times where I've won 25 times my money. But PrizePicks is a partner of the channel, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. The best thing about them is it's not just the major sports. On top of that, there's esports, including Call of Duty League. So you can go in, find your favorite professional players, and pick more or less than the amount of kills that they're going to get in a specified game. And in fact, there's a CDL event going on this weekend, so go check them out. First link down below and get your picks in, and maybe you can get some W's just like your favorite players. But on top of that, they are running a big promotion right now. If you go to the link down in the description and use code InkSlasher, they're going to match your first deposit up to $100. It's a ton of fun. Go check them out. And thank you, PrizePicks, for sponsoring the video. So as I mentioned earlier on, this method isn't going to require anything crazy, but if you do have golden plates or the dog bone, it is going to help you out and make this even easier than it already is. However, this is probably for those people who don't have those things to begin with. So what do you need? I recommend having a 3-plate vest and a medium backpack at minimum. And I would also recommend going into this fight with 3 to 4 self revives, just because we're not using a dog. If you go down, you don't want to just be down and screwed. So those are the things that I would recommend having. But it's not just that. You actually need a Dokkaebi Fortress key card. Now the question is how to get that. It is extremely simple. All you have to do is do a mercenary stronghold. And if you don't know how to do that, you can either buy a mercenary stronghold key card at a buy station in tier 1, or you can complete a mercenary camp and open the chest, and inside you will get one of those stronghold key cards. Now, when you go to the stronghold, you're going to crack open the safe. This is going to give you a 3-plate vest, another item, and on top of that, the Dokkaebi Fortress key card as well. Now, at this point, you could just go fight Dokkaebi. I recommend having a weapon that's pack-a-punch twice and either purple or gold, one of the two. Both will work. You're not fighting zombies here, you're fighting soldiers, so either of those will work just fine. But one thing to mention is that with the most recent update, after you complete one game, they are going to put legendary ether keys and Ethereum crystals into your storage, which you can just bring into your game, which is why what I did is I went into a game, got the key card, got a bunch of self revives, and then Tombstoned. What this allowed me to do was go after Dokkaebi's Fortress right away at the beginning of the game, because if someone else in the game goes and does the fortress before you get to it, it's done. It doesn't respawn, you can't do it again, and there's no way to spawn in solo. So I set up a Tombstone right by the fortress, which is kind of towards the south side of the tier 2 zone, and I set up my Tombstone and then went into the next game. So at this point, I'm going into a game. I have 4 self-revive, because the one that I had on my character, the 3 in the Tombstone, the card, and then I have a triple pack-a-punch weapon that is legendary as well. There is one other thing you need, and it is a perk. It is Death Perception. This is going to allow you to see the enemy mercenaries and everything else, like chests, through walls. They're going to be highlighted and make it very easy for you to kill everyone, because most of the walls on top of the building you can shoot through. Of course, things like Juggernog and that will help, but they are absolutely not necessary. So you go in, you grab your Tombstone. Next, you're going to make your way to Dokkaebi's Fortress. When you get there, you're immediately going to start to be attacked by bomb drones. These are incredibly annoying and do not stop until Dokkaebi's dead. So don't try to find a way to stop them. Just when they're coming in, you're going to hear them, shoot them out of the air, or they're going to take your shields down over and over again. That's the one problem I had with this, is my shields kept going down throughout this. So that is why those golden plates would be so good in this mission. The next thing that you're going to run into is a Wally bot. This thing is pretty hard to take down. I threw a thermite grenade at it and it took about half of its health down, but it does some hard damage to you. What you can do is completely avoid this thing if you want to and just go up the elevator. But if not, just take your time, shoot it down. I had to waste a self-revive on it, which wasn't necessary whatsoever. And if you have two thermite grenades will completely take this thing out. So then you get up onto the roof and you're going to be fighting swarms and swarms and swarms of soldiers. Now, these just keep on coming. And when you get about halfway through, they're going to start to be dropped in via helicopters. The easiest way to deal with this is just work your way slow. Whenever you hear bomb drones, take them out. The hardest fight that you're actually going to get into is on the bridge, because at the far end of the bridge, there are two soldiers sitting there with riot shields. So I recommend having a grenade or some sort of explosive at this point. You can probably find one in one of the chests to take out these riot shield mercenaries. Now, when you get up to the next section, you're going to go up these stairs, go into these rooms. There's going to be a wood paneled wall. You can shoot through this wall and you can see all of the mercenaries on the other side. One of them that spawns in is going to be Dokkaebi. At this point, you can do damage to Dokkaebi without her actually shooting back at you. Now, I wasn't able to kill her this way, but I was able to do some damage as well as take out a bunch of the other mercs. Now, on the other side of this wall, there is going to be two sentry guns. Eventually, you are going to need to take out those, and keep in mind, those bomb drones are going to be coming at you this entire time. So as they come through the door, start shooting them, and on top of that, mercenaries are going to spawn behind you. So use the death perception to see where mercenaries are coming from. That is why that perk is so important. You're going to hit a point where Dokkaebi runs away, and when she does, essentially, you're going to have to clear out that area, and then the next area that she goes to is the area that I kill her in. So where you're going to want to go from here is out and then to the left, and you're going to be able to look over a window into where Dokkaebi is going to be below you. If you have a triple packed weapon, you are going to be able to kill her here. Just hop up and just eliminate her. Put all of your bullets into her and she will go down. If she doesn't, she goes to another area where more mercenaries spawn, and just keep doing the same thing. Keep controlling those bomb drones, eliminating them, and then taking out mercenaries once those are gone. And eventually you will be able to take out Dokkaebi. However, like I said, if you do everything I've set up to this point, you probably already killed her. So I would say the most important things to have here are self-revives, death perception, and a very good weapon, whether it be double or triple pack-a-punched, legendary, or purple rarity. This will do you well throughout this section. And other than that, this one is relatively easy. If you want to see the full live video of me doing this, the link is down in the description over to my second channel. But if this helped you out, it's always appreciated if you hit that like button, you subscribe to stay up to date on all my videos, all of that kind of jazz. I hope I could help you out. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars.